What's going on YouTube? I'm Cooper, this is the CooperMusicPage, and have you ever asked yourself, what kind of guitar should I buy? Should I buy an electric or should I buy an acoustic guitar? Well, I'm going to help you out today. Let's start with working backwards from the simplest options. Alright, if you're a pro guitarist, you're super rich, buy whatever guitar you want. Case closed. If you're a YouTube guitarist like me, you're gonna get whatever guitar a company wants to send you that particular week. If you're an intermediate player, go ahead and buy something that you don't already have with different equipment that you don't already have yet, whatever fits your style that you're trying out at the moment. And if you're an absolute beginner, well then stick around, we're gonna talk about that. Now, if this is your first intro into guitars, you might think, well, these look really similar. The bodies are roughly the same shape, they both have necks, they both have tuning machines, they both have 6 strings for the most part. So what's the big deal? One difference could be price. An acoustic guitar, you buy it and that is the price you pay to start playing. If you buy an electric guitar that's not part of a bundle with an amp and chords and stuff like that, you might have to pay a completely separate price to start playing with all your equipment. But as far as quality and price go, acoustics and electrics, all guitars in general are going to have the same rule. Cheaper is usually going to be a little bit harder to play, a little bit more in need of a good setup and some better parts, quality control, but that's what you get with a cheaper guitar, all the way up to the very high-end stuff, which is sometimes really overpriced, but generally has better components and better materials that make it more playable and easier to play and better to sound. Acoustic guitar is super easy. Bring it out of the box, and you play it. Automatically projects out, and you are rocking. Electric guitar, you need an amp to plug in your cord here into your amp so that you can plug into the wall and have power so it doesn't sound like this. Nobody wants to hear that. So buying this straight out of the box and expecting to play is not going to yield the same results as buying an acoustic guitar. You're going to have to buy an amp and a cord before you can start rocking out. Now, there are some good advantages to having an electric guitar as your first guitar. The neck is usually thinner, more slick, easier playability when you're first starting out, easier to kind of wrap your hand around the guitar to make those shapes. The action is also generally lower on electric guitars. The strings are also a little thinner than the fatter acoustic guitar strings, so it's easier to learn how to press down and fret those notes to get them to ring out right when you're first starting out. You're going to get your blisters and your fingers are going to hurt either way, but the electric guitar is generally regarded as more playable, especially for those who are just beginning. Not to mention, when you throw this into overdrive on your amp, you could really cover up some of your mistakes with that volume and dirt and the distortion. Not a great practice because you always want to work on your fundamentals and eliminate those mistakes on your clean tones as well, but when you're first starting out, it's easy to lose encouragement if you don't make the sounds that you want to make, or you play something that doesn't sound good. You just kind of put it off to the corner like everybody else and say, maybe that's not for me. But if you play something that you really enjoy and that you sound like the record, or if you sound like something that you want to play, or something sounds good, you're going to be like, oh, well, this is awesome, I'm going to keep doing it. The body on an electric guitar is generally thinner, so you don't have to wrap, a big bear hug around your acoustic guitar to start playing. This is a little bit of a reach. The neck's a little thicker for a little bit of a reach. But as I said, you get that sound right away. With these thicker strings, you can project more, but it'll also take a little bit of a toll on your fingers, which is normal. You want that, build up your calluses and stuff like that. But these are just the basic differences between the acoustic and the electric as far as playability. Of course, what you want to play is a huge factor in which guitar you're going to buy also. If you want to play country or folk songs, you're not generally going to get the flying V with all the distortion and the amp built in and all that stuff. And if you're wanting to play some like grungy metal stuff, you're generally not going to buy your acoustic, guitar to rock out those riffs. You can, but if you want to go for a particular sound, that's going to sway you in a particular direction as far as what kind of guitar you're going to want to buy. In the end, it is up to you to suit your playing style and needs as far as what you're going for and the sound you want. I hope this little comparison has showed you some of the nuances between acoustic and electric and helped guide you a little bit in your endeavor in finding a guitar that suits you best. If you got something out of this video, go ahead and drop a like down below. Also comment which one you started off on. Did you learn on an electric or did you learn on an acoustic? I personally learned on an acoustic when I first started. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for videos just like this. It costs absolutely nothing for you, and it means absolutely everything to me, so I appreciate that as well. We put out new videos on Mondays, shorts on Sundays, and do a live stream right here every Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on rocking.